Greetings, I'm Barrett, and welcome to Meet Me at the Painting Table. We are doing some painting tonight. This is going to be awesome. I've got some fun stuff to paint. Well, at least I think it's fun. For those of you that saw the caption before we started, we are doing Monster Hunter tonight. That's right. Brent, hi, it's great to see you. Brent, Brent, good to see you. It's awesome to have you here. We are going to see what we can do with our Monster Hunter painting things here. We're going to paint some Monster Hunters if I don't drop everything on the ground as usual. Hopefully I can keep most of it on the table. That's the plan. We'll see what we do here. I'm going to take my watch off before I get paint on that, because that's always bonus. Oh, boy. I'll show you what we're going to paint. So, sadly, this is not my copy of Monster Hunter. This is Colin's. But also on the flip side, I'm super glad that he has it, because I know I will be playing it at some point. Broccoli Dawkins, great to see you. Thank you for joining. As always, awesome to see you. Oh, it's good to have people here. It's good to have people part of this chat. Here we go. All right. Are you ready for some Monster Hunter? That's going to be good. Now, quick caveat, I have never played Monster Hunter in my life. I actually downloaded it and hoped to play it before I did this painting episode, but I didn't get a chance to do it. Sadly, time is never on my side. It's apparently on somebody else's side. Otherwise, I could even sing a song about that, but I don't know the song very well, so I'm not going to sing Time's on my side or anything like that. So we're not going to do that. I'm excited to show you what we're going to paint. If anybody's ever been to the Science Museum, Minnesota, which probably is about, maybe if I'm lucky, 2 or 3 people that might join this chat, I am going to show you, stop skipping Xbox night. I know. For those that don't know, Brent lives very close to me, and we play a lot of Xbox together. We also play a lot of board games together with Colin, and another friend of ours named Ted. So this is Brent from my board gaming group, one of them, and he's one of my friends. And we also play Xbox together. And sadly, I have missed Xbox night twice now in a row, doing things that I like to do. So there's so many things I love to do that I prioritize, and I need to get more on a ball of making an actual like plan in my week instead of just like flying by the seat of my pants, which is normally what we do. I am a fly by the seat of my pants. My wife can barely take that. She barely can handle that. So anyway, if anybody's ever been to the Science Museum in Minnesota, there is a giant lizard that sits outside of it. And I'm actually, I almost want to paint it just like they do that, which is just copper because it's a bronze piece. But here's what we're painting tonight. This is going to be pretty awesome. Let's see what you think. Let's see if I can get it. Here we go. Here's our monster we're going to be painting up. Now, this I think is actually going to be pretty relatively easy. I've tried to look for some pictures of it, and I found some pretty good pictures, I think. So we're going to be painting this like with a green, some browns, some reds even. We're going to do a little bit of even some grays on this thing. Like I said, I've never played Monster Hunter before, so we'll see if I can live up to what it is. On top of that, if we have time, which I don't think is going to take too much, we've got 3 hunters we are going to attempt to paint as well. Now, these I think are going to actually take a little more time than that thing, actually. Also, I want to mention that, I don't know if people can see this, but let me see if we can see any of this. You can see way down in there, maybe? No, I think I did a really good job of priming these miniatures, but the deal is, I don't know who invented this. I don't know if anybody's seen any unboxings of this game or not. Sadly, I didn't get to do an unboxing of this game. I just got the miniatures and had to paint them. You can kind of see it here, maybe a little bit. Oh, maybe not, because, nope, you should be able to see this. These miniatures were bright green. Whoever thinks bright green is a great miniature paint, or miniature mold color, is out of control. Folklore did the same thing, except theirs was a little bit darker green than this one. So putting a white or gray primer on these was kind of a pain in the butt, because you had to hit every single part. Otherwise, you'd see green, just bright green. Bing! It was like green, like mint chocolate chip ice cream color. It was out of control. Matthew, great to see you. Thank you for joining. We are painting up some Monster Hunter tonight. So we're going to maybe get to these guys as well. We'll see what we can do. But we are going to start with this big, giant guy. Now, I've got a small brush here, which would take a while to get all these little places like this. So I'm going to get onto, I have a bigger brush here. This one's called Fenry, and you can use it to paint a lot of things. On top of that, I've got an even bigger brush. I think we're going to go a big brush. Big brush. It's big brush time. I got big brush, and I cannot lie. Let's see here. Here we go. I got this one right here. We're going to use this. This I think is really good. Oh, knock down my card that I got. There we go. All right, I've got a big brush right here. We're going to use this one. This is going to be the deal. We're going to paint this pretty much all green at first, and then we're going to probably go to a, we're going to skip from green. Then after it's all green, I'm going to want to get the bottom of this kind of more of a grayish color, I think, if you can see it. I'm going to put more of a grayish color in here, and then I'm going to probably do a dry brush of or maybe some yellows in here and things of that nature. Maybe I'll do yellows first, and then I can kind of put a green wash over it. I think that might be better. And then we're going to do some dry brushing of some browns and some reds, maybe some more yellow. Maybe I'll just dry brush some yellow on. That'd be the way to go. Yeah, we're going to go with green. We're going to go with green. So we got multiple greens to work with here. Let's see what we can find. And I organized my paints. Can you believe it? I have organized paints. I don't know where the real Barrett went, but he has organized paints tonight. It's out of control. So it was green. Then you painted it white so you can paint it green. Okay, so that does sound pretty funny, Board Game Officer. That is true. The funny thing is, this was actually gray. That actually made sense. It was these stupid guys that were all bright green. It was absolutely out of control. We'll have to coordinate our bases. I'm painting all the big monsters. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I was planning to do, I don't know, something like Strickmeyer thingamabobber. This is going to be at my base. I'm just going to put this all over the base, and then I was going to add some tufts of grass and things to it. That's my plan. Maybe I'll do some more stuff. You'll have to tell me what you're doing. Maybe I'll save the base for later. Bill must be painting the rest of the stuff for Colin. For those of you that don't know, Bill is a commissioned painter, so I think I have a link to all your info in the comments. If you're interested in getting your stuff painted, Bill will be more than happy to paint it for you. I would love to paint people's stuff, but I can barely keep track of mine. I don't know why I'm painting Colin's. I will tell you why I'm painting Colin's. I am painting Colin's miniatures, and the price to paint these miniatures is he's going to sit through and watch The Fifth Element, because he said he messaged me one time and he made it like 35 minutes in the movie and said didn't like it. I stopped watching, and I'm like, nope. You must sit through the entire movie, and do that. I will paint this miniature for you. So I'm painting this miniature so he will watch The Fifth Element. That is my price of admission for this. Brent says, yes, exactly. Colin needs to get some culture in his life, some real nerd culture. He needs to watch Fifth Element. It's a good movie. Fifth Element, not Aliens. We're starting slow, Matthew. We're going PG-13, PG-ish first. Then we'll move up. We'll move up to the R area eventually, maybe someday. So you still have to pay up your bet. This is true. And I'm planning to do this. For those that don't know, Bill and I bet at the beginning of the football season that my team would beat his, and sadly mine did not. So he has picked out a game I am supposed to play, Feast of Odin. It is right there, staring me in the face. I am going to play that game sometime this year. I'm actually thinking about, I know this is a long time from now, but thinking about like September, like when football season starts, so that the Feast of Odin can bring my Vikings victory. That is going to be my plan. That's my plan. Multipass, yes. He needs to see the Corbin Dallas multipass. She knows it's multipass. Oh, super, super fun. Keith, thank you for joining. This will be awesome. All right, let's get some green. Let's get some green on this guy. Oh, we got to find the green first. Okay, so I have multiples to choose from. I have this orc-colored green, which is kind of more of a bright green. I have a plasmatic bolt, which is even brighter green. It's probably the color they used to make these miniatures. These were probably made with plasmatic green. That was out of control. Oh my gosh, so many. I have camo green, which might be the green we're going with, so I'm going to put that down. Then I have malignant green, which is more like a yellowish green. It's not really much of a green. And I think we're going to go with the camo green. I think that's going to be the plan. Then we're going to dry brush some browns and yellows on it. What do you think? Orc green or camo green? I'll show you the colors. You can tell me what you think. These are the two different colors here. Orc green or camo green. As you can tell, the orc green is more of a lighter color than the camo green. So I'm not sure which one to do. I think we're going to go with one of these two. That's going to be our plan. I'll let you guys decide. I'm going to have everybody in the chat decide. They're going to help me figure out what we're going to do with our guy here. Maybe I can make a poll. Let's see how this goes. See if I can do this. Let's see here. We're going to create a poll. Let's see. This usually goes well. What color, L-O-R, what color is our lizard? And I'm going to put, let's see. I'm going to delete that. Put, delete. Nope, I don't want that. I want to get rid of it. Uh-oh. What the heck? Oh, okay. I just type in there. Camo or orc green. There we go. Let's see how this works. Ask your community. It'll probably go absolutely poorly. We'll see what it is. Loquitur Gaming, awesome to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Oh my gosh, hello. I've got some ISO Fairy minions in front of me. That's awesome. Get those minis painted so you can get that game out there. I want to see you play it. I want to see what you think of that game. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I was working on a couple other things this week, including painting this miniature tonight. That is the plan. So we'll see what happens here. In theory, I should be able to. What if I'm going to try something. Maybe this is going to be really a bad idea. We're going to try something here. Maybe this will work. We're going to go over here. We're going to grab my chat and bring it back over to the normal place and see if that helped. Nope, that did not help. No, not at all. Oh boy, that was a bad idea. I got to do something about that. There we go. Someday I'll figure out how to do this. All right, closing this thing in a couple minutes. 3, 2, 1. That was 3 minutes. There you go. End poll. I see 100% for camo, so we're going to go camo. Thank you so much, everybody. That lizard is yellow in the game. Oh, well, then maybe I should go yellow. Maybe I should go yellow with some greens. See, that's the deal. That's why I have everybody here, because they can tell me more about this game than I know. I have yet to play this game, so maybe we'll go yellow after I did a whole poll. Now we're going to go yellow. Yep, there you go. That's real good work there, Baron. That's what we call great production. So we're going to put the greens back. We're going to go yellow. Yep, yellow with greens would be perfect. Okay. Matthew says yellow with greens because I don't know anything about this game, and he says it's yellow. Has anybody else played Monster Hunter? And if so, is this thing yellow? We'll find out. So I'm going to paint the whole thing yellow. But then we're going to go over some of the areas with the green. And then we're going to dry brush some of the stuff with other colors. We'll see how this goes. Do those lines on the base matter for gameplay? Well, if they do, it's not going to matter because I'm going to get rid of them. I don't think they would. Oh boy. I think they do, Loquitur Gaming. I think they do. For those of you, what he's talking about is there's these lines on the base. I didn't even notice those. Oh, see, you all saved me so many times. So we're going to have to highlight those when we do it. We'll have to get those to highlight. We'll figure that out. Yep, yellow with greens would be perfect. I will do that. We're going to paint this yellow. So sorry about the poll at the beginning that we're not doing anything about. We're going to take some of our yellow here. We're going to take quite a bit of this yellow, actually. It's going to take quite a bit of yellow to do. We're going to shake it up. And as you can tell, these speed paints have these awesome shaker balls in them, which are great. So I did get a comment, actually, from somebody that's asking me, I should show off all the yellows, all the colors I'm using before I use them. So we're going to use Zealot Yellow. These are all going to be speed paints today because I did prime this in white. Now, sadly, some of it I didn't get. This is a little gray on top, but I think it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I didn't hit the top fit with my primer, but that's okay. Now, I put all of my paints into these little painting things I have. I got a whole stack of them from like my local craft store, I think for like $2.99 or something, like a whole stack of these things. But if you want to, and you want to like save money, you can, if you want to, buy these things. And then after you're done, you can like crack off whatever is in here and you can just toss that and reuse these. I found that I can do that. Just chip off the paint that's on there and then you can just reuse these. So it's not too tough if you wanted to reuse these over and over. But sometimes they do just get so gucky you can't really use them anymore and they go by the wayside. That's just how it works. We have to get all our things. I also need a paper towel. One of the things we need. There we go. I play a ton of Monster Hunter video games. That thing is called the Royal Ludroth. If you want to look it up, it's cool and its main inflates when it's angry. Oh, so it's kind of like one of those like furled lizard type things. I think there's something like that. All right, let's get a lot of this on our brush here, and we're going to go to town on this thing. Now, I'm not going to hit the eyes as much. I'm going to try to get those out, and we're going to go everywhere with this thing. We'll just seep into all the little pores, and this is why I've got those other minis, because we're going to probably have to wait for this to dry after we get all the yellow on here. We're going to go with this yellow first, and then after that, we're going to probably paint up one of those other guys a little bit while we wait for this to dry a little bit. Now, I don't care if I hit the base, because I am going to be doing something with the base later. So I can just go ahead, paint this whole thing yellow. And believe it or not, I actually find more often than not, bigger minis have a tendency to be a little bit easier to do because there's less of a chance of me banging into another part of it. Of course, also, the flip side of that, I also noticed that there's an better chance of, of noticing a mistake on bigger minis than there is on the smaller minis. We've already gone through that whole set of yellow, so we're going to get some more yellow here. There we go. Probably go through a whole bottle of this yellow on this thing. Let's see how this goes here. All the way down his tail here. I'm just drenching it in yellow, but I'm going to kind of soak up some as I go and use it in other places. That's going to be the plan. And again, I might not fully go contrast in this because like some of the nails down here, I might hit with yellow, but then later go over them with another color, like an actual color for nails. We're going to paint underneath here all this yellow as well. We'll see how it goes. There we go, just like that. Now notice I kind of seeped up a lot of that yellow that was over here because I want it to be yellow and I want it to seep into some of the recesses, but I want it to not pool. That's what I'm trying to avoid here with the speed paints. Again, we're going to go all the way under here. Now underneath this belly at some point I might try to get some gray on there. So, and gray is a darker color than this yellow, so maybe it'll work out. Maybe we can get some of that gray to pop onto that thing. And again, I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'm just slathering it all inside here, right down into that area down there, all over here. Here we go. Going down the leg. And I'm holding onto its head, which is what the last thing we're going to do is the head. I'm going to get its leg. Super easy. Like I said, we're going to go to town on this thing, get this thing yellow, let it dry, and when we do that, we're going to get one of our guys done. That's our plan. Because I do know something about the speed paints is they have a tendency to sometimes reactivate if they're not dry enough. Even when they're dry, sometimes they do have a tendency to reactivate. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Again, sorry it's off camera. I'm just trying to see if I can get in all the places here with this yellow. There we go. Something I have done for that. Super glue toothpicks to the lines and then put your base poop on. There will be a little higher line, but it's still covered with basing materials. That's a great idea. We might try to do that. And I don't have some toothpicks, but I have something similar. So I might give that a shot. That's a really good idea, Loquitur. For those of you that don't know, Loquitur Gaming, Zach, he has a channel of his own. He does a lot of painting and a lot of playthrough videos. He's been on hiatus for a while, but he is coming back. Another person to check out that's in the chat is Board Game Officer. He also has a channel. Go check it out. Both do a fantastic job. They do playthroughs. Loquitur does some painting videos as well. He's a better painter than I am. I've had him on a couple times. We've had some great chats. And we've talked about a lot of different things, which is really cool. Okay, now we're going to get this face. Okay, here we go. Face time. Let's see if I got enough for the face. I'm going to try to see if I can get in here with it. I actually want some more yellow. More yellow. That should be good. Three drops. Soak it up. I want to get just now. Sadly, I'm using a big brush here, which is probably not the best plan because we want to stay kind of away from that mouth because we're gonna have to make that mouth look like a mouth. And get some of that stuff on the teeth and things like that. So we're gonna go carefully next to that mouth, and still probably hit stuff I shouldn't, but that's okay. Perfect. More yellow, kind of come down this a little bit. And I want to kind of get it in that hair a little bit, make it matty. Okay, now let's get on top here. We're going to try to miss the eyeball. If we hit the eyeball, it's not the end of the world. Because again, I'll be able to come through. I'll probably use maybe a regular paint instead of a I hit the eye. Whatever, we're just going to hit the eye. Big deal. Okay. Totally tried, failed. We are going to make sure we hit this mouth, though, the right way. We want to just hit where those things are. There we go. We'll come back and get that later. One little bit left, and I'm going to really kind of slather it on the top there. Into that mane a little bit. Dab it in there. Boom. Okay. There. Oh, I don't like this. Too much goop on there. Too much goop and poop. There you go. Boom. Oh, did I get underneath there? I did not. Trying to get his hand underneath there. There's a little hand here. Gotta get that. There. That should be good. I think we got everything. I think we got it. Let's make sure we got all the tail here. All the way down to the edge. Now we're going to let this dry for a little while. There. So we start out with that. That's the deal. Use that reactive property to your advantage and use it to blend. That'll be the plan. That'll be the plan. We'll make some good stuff. I hope. It could be a disaster. Now you have to remember, I'm not a professional painter. I have a tendency to just slop on paint so we can drop on table. That's what we do. We slop and drop. That is the painting technique I use. I know there's a lot of other better painting techniques out there. Mine is just slop and drop. We slap it on, drop it on. That's the deal. Slop, drop, slop, drop. We'll let that go for a while. Disastrously awesome, you mean? Yes, disastrously awesome, which has a tendency to be me. All right. Didn't you stay at the Hotel 8? I did not stay at the Hotel 8. Actually, I don't think I've ever been to a Hotel 8 now I think about it. Would be Stop and Drop? Yeah, no, I didn't. I never stayed at a Hotel 8. Ooh, did I miss a part? Nope, we're good. Okay, just making sure. I'm digging what this guy looks like, though. Just flat out. He's yellow, so we got to work on that, but I think it'll be okay. All right, put him to the side for now. Let's work on one of these guys. Now I got to figure out which one of these I want to do. Oh my gosh, these are all out of control. So if you haven't seen these are actually pretty out of control when it comes to what they're wearing. Again, very similar to the last guy we did with Belt Mania. This guy has not as many belts this time, but now it's got just actually random crap all over him. He's got like spiny stuff sticking off of him, things of that nature. Now, like I said, I've never played the game before, so I don't know what all is going on with that guy. Same with this. We got a guy here. It's got a big giant club. Now, I think we're going to start with this guy, and I'm going to probably... We're going to stick... So, all of these are, in theory, from what I understand, these are all different armor sets and weapon sets based off some of the monsters that you fight in the game. I don't know what monsters they're fighting to get these different items and weapons and stuff like that to make them look like this. But we're going to paint them up and it's going to look cool. That's the plan. So let's see what we can do. Hoofda. It's always hard to start sometimes. So we're going to start, of course, I always start with flesh. So we're going to see, there doesn't seem to be much flesh except for right there and there. And then I wonder if they're wearing gloves or not. I'm going to say no. I'm just going to give them some fleshy hands right there. So let's find our flesh. We have it. I actually have these in order now. I know I put them in an order. Let's see. Where did I put the order? Okay, I put yellow back. I think yellow went here. That was the deal. Right here. Right here is where yellow went. Yeah, have that right. You have that right. In the Monster Hunter, you kill critters, then make shots from them. Make shots. I make shots. I knew it had to be something because shots was not right. Make armor from them. That's what I thought. So it's very similar to some. It's like almost a video game concept of like almost like a Kingdom Death type game or something. Let's see here. I put these. Oh, I put it up here. That's right. There you go. Oh, yes, I hear the woes. You should see some of the things I send to people. That doesn't go really well sometimes. I hear you. iPad typing. That's how it goes. I'm going to shake this up. We're not going to use much of this because there's really not much to do with it. Yep, it's a look. It's a look grind. I'm guessing that they actually have a property, though. I'm guessing you get, like, properties from the different weapons you're doing. Or different items and things you're fighting. Or making, I should say. I just need one drop of this. And I'm using Crusader skin is what we're using for the actual flesh colors for our miniatures. I use that on all the miniatures that I use for speed paints. I always use Crusader flesh because it's a nice, really good skin color. I think I've got, oh, I don't have to get an example, I'm about to paint it on here. We're just going to get the face. Now, I'm not going to try to do... Now, I don't even know if that is his face, but we're going to paint it his face. He could wear a full-plated helmet. I have no idea. There we go. Now we're going to get his hands. There we go. He's holding this huge, ridiculous gun, which I'm sure is very, very thematic from the game. I'm guessing everything you get from killing these monsters is absolutely ridiculously out of control, overpowered, or not overpowered, but at least just looks ridiculous, I guess. We're going to go underneath, get the skin on all of this here. Like I said, I had it queued on my Xbox to play, but I didn't play it. And I should have. I should have played it before I painted, so I know a little bit of what I was doing here. Because I wonder if that monster we're painting for this game is like one of the first ones you fight in the game. I'm not sure. But it would kind of make sense if that's how you're playing. I mean, but of course the board game might be completely different from the video game. There we go. Okay, that's done. Let's see what we got here. Loot grind. Oh, loot grind. Okay, yes, loot grind. Sorry. More iPad extravaganza. Yeah, it's all about skills. Different pieces have different skills. So you're trying to mix sets to get an optimal skill set up for your build. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. There are some complicated math, oh, yeah, as to how it works, but it generally takes a few pieces or charms to get the right skill. Well, that's fantastic. I know of somebody who doesn't have any skills, and that's me. Royal Luthar is pretty early, one of the first medium-sized monsters. Okay, they're good to know. I might have actually gotten to it. Who knows if I'd have played the game. I might actually got to it. All right, we got the flesh on there. Now we got to figure out what we're going to do. So now we got to, it's always good to kind of come in with a plan. So we do see I've got some pouches here. Those we're going to do probably with some type of a leather. We have a dagger back here. We've got more pouches on this side. There we go. It's not too late. This is true. It's not too late. I probably will give it a shot sometime. Hopefully this weekend. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this gun. I'm not sure if it's going to be wood or if it's going to be metal. I think I'm going to make it all wood, but these kind of things I think I'm going to make into more of a, maybe I'll use that camo green stuff to kind of give these, and maybe I'll keep this camo green here as well. That'll be good. Then we'll put some, oh, he's got something down here too. Well, if you look inside here, he's got camo green everywhere. You can kind of see the green back there, but oh my gosh, why would you make these green miniatures? Well, it's Steamforged Games. They always do one thing that I can't, that drives me up the wall. And I think back here we're just going to go with I think this might not be too bad. So we're going to go with camo green on these plates. Maybe I'll dry brush them brown. Oh, Barrett, you're a genius. Thank you. I know I am. Let's grab that camo green. Whoop, now I grabbed the wrong green. Here's our camo green. We're going to come in with camo green next. That's going to be our plan. So let's shake that up and get it ready to go. Now, has anybody else played Monster Hunter, the board game yet? That's the big question. Like I said, Colin just got his copy a little while ago. Quit looking up his skirt. This is family-friendly show. Very true. Very true. Oh my gosh, that's so true. All right, let's get this camel green on there. Boom, boom. Put 2 drops. That should be good enough. Mainly because I'm not painting a big giant lizard. I'm just painting him up. Let's get this camel green on here. So I always try to do from outside in and then come back out. That's the deal. Play board games. I just watch you do. I just watch you do that. That's awesome. I'm glad you do. That's amazing. It's always good to have you here. All right, this is a lot darker green than I expected it to be. It'll be a little bit lighter than this, but that's okay. Like I said, we're going to dry brush a little bit of brown on here too. I think it'll be kind of cool. Now I'm going to keep the spikes out. I think we're going to paint the spikes a little bit different. That's going to be the plan here. We're just doing the plate here, the actual part of the armor. That's the deal. Though I lost very badly at Arkham Horror. LCG tonight. Oh, Matthew, that's too bad. I love Arkham. I got to play more Arkham Horror. I don't get a chance to play that as much as I want to. Arkham Horror LCG. Really need to play that some more. Maybe I might make October LCG Arkham Horror Month. That might be the deal. Maybe I'll do that. Because I need to play that a little bit more. I like that game a lot. That's a D. LCG is rugged solo. Yes, true. I've noticed that, mainly because I feel it's kind of that way because you don't have a lot of this. When you play with multiple hands or multiple people, you have a tendency to have that. You have somebody has some skill that you can use. Where if you're playing by yourself, you have to almost try to cover your bases with every type of skill check, or you just are going to have to be able to find a way to mitigate what a fail on a certain type of score is going to happen to you, if that makes sense. At least that's what I've noticed. Now again, we're just trying to get all the parts here. And I lied. I don't think we're going to dry brush this brown because then it's the bottom part. I think it'll be kind of tough to dry brush. So instead, we're just going to leave it this camo green, and I think I got a pretty good plan as what we're going to do from there. I think it'll be pretty awesome. You just wait and see. That's the deal. Yep, lots of bases to cover. True. Lots of bases to cover. We're also going to paint these legs. This as well, just kind of down the sides here. Is the right color? I have no idea. Never seen the game. No idea what this guy should be wearing. We're gonna go like. There we go. I will say I'm kind of sad that the big monsters do not have textured bases. I think they should, because they're absolutely huge. I'm finding more and more games actually do that with like bigger monsters. It's kind of neat that they have like, they actually do a type of basing for them. So again, we're just kind of getting all the parts here that are, I said I painted from the outside in, and then of course I go to this shin guard, which isn't the outside in anymore. That's okay. We'll be fine. I think this comes again all the way down the side here. There we go. Perfect. Excellent. Okay. I like that so far. I think that looks pretty good. I think that's good stuff. I'm thinking of doing a Jenny Barnes deck, since she has 3 across the board. That's not a bad idea. I like the green. It looks like a good Rathian vibe. Rathian. I'm not sure that's meant to be Rathian gunner armor, but it looks close to that at any rate. That's right. See, in the end, I knew it'd be something. Let's spin the miniature and go to this side. We're just gonna go right down here and stop at the spikes. Right down there, just like that. Got 2, whatever, just like that. Would be fine. Perfect. Now, whatever I'm not painting with the green, I think we might go with like a bone color or something is going to be my plan. I think it'll be kind of cool. We'll see. Now, is there a bone coming down from there? Yes, there is, so I don't want to hit that. And I can kind of tell where the bone pieces are, if they're even bone, because they actually have more of a, they're solid as opposed to the like plated area like that. Rathian is a big wyvern in the game. One of the first large monsters you fight. Oh, well, there you go. See, I'm being educated on the game as we paint. I love it. I don't know anything about this game. And don't worry, when Colin does the playthrough, he knows even less than I do. He didn't even, I mean, I knew what the game was about. He didn't even know what the game was about. He just knew it was a boss battler. I'm like, well, it's kind of a Monster Hunter game. It's like, oh yeah, makes sense. Come around on this side. Paint all this. All right. All the way down, perfect. Now I need to kind of get, there's little cloak pieces. There's some of the cloak is in here. That's the deal. Hey, do you think Oathsworn is good solo game? I don't have much of a gaming group anywhere. Oh no, Jason, that's terrible. That's no good. Is it a good solo game? I think so. They have that ability to be able to use those companions, which is, and then you only have to control a couple Oathsworn. It's hard for me to answer this because I don't mind having a ton of crap to deal with. I don't mind, like, I'm a huge fan of Madara and I play it solo. Nobody will play it with me. And I don't mind controlling all 4 of those characters, having all that crap I got to deal with. So for Oathsworn, I would still control 4 characters with the cards. That's just me. It would take me a while to get through the game, because I'd be thinking about all the possible scenarios I can do with all these cards, where with companions, it makes it easier. I know Canje Studio, if you're interested in seeing, he did solo playthroughs of it for a little while. He stopped, but he had started by using 2 Oathsworn and 2 companions, and then he just went with straight companions. He had 4 companions is all he played with, because it was just easier for him to manage all that. But for me, I would definitely I think it is. I mean, it's a great game, especially because you can sit there and just enjoy this. You can leisurely go through that story part on your own instead of feeling like you have to be engaged all the time because you have other players at the table. And then the fights you can just do with companions if you want. I mean, Oathsworn was my game of the year. And I think if you, even if I didn't play with Colin, it probably still would be my game of the year, because it was super fun. It's super fun to do. That's my thing. I did watch him on solo. Yeah. Now he quit. He actually eventually got to the point where this was not his type of game, and that's totally fine. There's a game for everybody out there. That's the deal. But I think it's cool, and I would play it solo. I even showed my wife it. She enjoyed it. We've only played a couple of the missions, but because the one thing you can't do that's really hard in that game is play with multiple groups with the same box. We found that because Colin was trying to play it with his gaming group, I was trying to play it with him, and I was trying to play it with my wife and kid. And we found that having to reset or figure out who had what and what cards are being used with what, because it's kind of like Gloomhaven. You have those like different adventure cards or whatever, like I forget, events that happen, and the city events and the Deepwood events, you had to manage those and figure out which ones are in whose game and things like that. So if you're gonna play it on your own, you're totally fine. It's hard to do with multiple. It's almost like Gloomhaven. It's really hard to do with multiple players unless you're using an app type concept for it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but if that makes sense at all. But that's the deal. Hope that helps. I don't know if it does. Right now I'm really want to get Isofarian Guard to the table. I think that would also be a fantastic game solo, from what I understand, just recently. Then of course, Matthew says, I'm a little concerned about ISS since I've playing two-handed, but I've read ISS Vanguard kind of needs all 4 characters for a good balance. That's another one. Again, I'm finding it more and more that games are either being made that are either going to be able to have a variable player count, but then you have to adjust the game. And I'm finding more publishers just kind of going, this game is 1 to 4 players, but you have to play with all 4. You know what I mean? It's kind of thing. I've been looking at Isofarian Guard, but I have to play that with 2 characters to play solo. That would be okay. I just don't like playing with so many characters I have and having too much busy optic. Yes, exactly. And that's where you have to find your niche, your what do you want to say? Your fun factor. Where's your fun factor compared to what the game is making you do? I'm playing League of Dungeoneers right now as well. And fun factor wise, I am right to the point where if I were to add anything more to that game, it would no longer be fun. It would start being just absolute chaos, and with all the bookwork and all the record keeping I have to do. It's still at that point though. It's still being fun for me. That's the deal. I like Cthulhu Death May Die since it's a great with two-handed. Yes, true. And now see, that's a game that I was kind of polarized with Colin. He loves that game. It's okay. I have no problem with it. It's fun. I think it's just the fact that it's always one-shotty for me that I just kind of, it doesn't become repetitive, but it seems to have the same. It always seems to end the same, which is cool because it always seems to end in like this epic showdown at the end where, am I going to hit this guy and win the game or not? I don't know. And it always ends up like that, which is not bad, but I just already know what I'm getting every time I play it. I don't know if that makes any sense. What I've been seeing for Isofarian Guard, it seems to be a lot of traversing and a lot of combat. And the story is the luck of the draw of the chips in the bag. That's very true. You're definitely wrong, good sir. Death May Die is great. True. No, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I like it. I'm glad Colin has it. And I'll play with Colin or anybody else any time of the day. I don't know how often I'd put on my table by myself to play it, if that makes any sense. I think it's a great game and I do enjoy it. That's for sure. That's for sure. If you like, see, now that's I think one thing that Oathsworn has over Isofarian Guard. Isofarian Guard is very free flowing, and you're going to. But it's on the flip side, you can always just stop and save your game anytime, in theory. Where Oathsworn is technically two separate entities every time. It's a story, which you can do or can't, and then a boss battle. Story, boss battle. So you get to actually. You can experience the games in two segments, and you can always just put it away, and something new is coming next time. as opposed to Isolfarian, where yes, you're traveling, but you might have to fight a wolf, and then you're fighting a wolf again, and you're fighting a wolf again. You know what I mean? Come on, pass all the games. Come on, all the games feel the same. There's true. Eventually, some things do all kind of feel the game. I know what you mean. It's definitely a popcorn game. Yes, it is a popcorn beer and pretzels game for sure. It is Cool Mini or Not, after all, if I remember right. They're the ones who did it. Oh, that's pretty good. Yes, Cool Mini or Not. Pass, all the games feel the same. I actually just sold my last Cool Mini or Not game. Nope, I lied. I have Marvel United still. But I sold, what was it? Arcadia Quest. I just sold Arcadia Quest because I just don't think I'll ever play that game again, and I want it out of my house. That was the deal. So that's the deal. I'm wondering how Stalker will be solo. I am too. I will be back in that game. That one looks pretty cool. I'm excited for that. I don't know if I helped you, Jason, at all with my answers. Hopefully I did. But that's I think, I mean, I love Oathsworn. I will always enjoy Oathsworn. It's always a game that I have no problem putting on the table playing with anybody. I introduced it to 3 different people: my wife, my kid, a couple of other people I play games with, and everybody's enjoyed it. I don't know how often they would. The other thing about it is you have to keep on coming back to it. It's one of those where you'd hate to lose what's going on in the story by not kind of keep going with it. That was one of the things Colin and I talked about when it came to Oathsworn. That's one of the reasons we're playing it all the way to the end and we're not really stopping. We had toyed with ideas of doing games in between to kind of give us a little break from Oathsworn. Then we decided, you know what? Nope, we got to keep going because otherwise we might forget what the story is all about. We might forget what happened the last time. And there is a lot of characters and a lot of things that happen in the story that is, if you don't remember kind of who certain people are, and Colin has reminded me a lot of who some of the people are because I don't remember sometimes, which is typical. I don't know if that helps. I'm just slathering on some camo green as I'm talking. That's the deal here. That's the deal. I really like Massive Darkness 2 as well for Cool Mini or Not. I am pretty sure I'm going to back Stalker, assuming the plays look cool. I like what I've read so far. I have one game left, Black Plague, because my daughter loves that game. Oh, nice. One game, Black Plague. I've never played Black Plague. I don't think. Black Plague. Have I played Black Plague? Oh, that's the zombie side. Zombie side Black Plague. Nope, I haven't played it. Colin has it, though, and I should borrow it from him sometime and play it. I've actually never played a zombie side game, which is pretty unbelievable. A lot of people wonder who I am sometimes when I say that. They're like, are you even the Baron type? No? Never played a zombie side game? What are you? There we go. Board game officer, Oathsworn is a popcorn game. At least it is for me as I watch Barrett and Colin play. Yeah, that's pretty much true. That's pretty true. Also, just ordered 2 new cycles for Arkham, the card game. I fear I may have hurt my back again and am buying board games to cheer me up. Well, I support that. I'm sorry you hurt your back. That's no good. Hurt backs are never a good thing. I have been blessed to not have had that happen to me yet, but I know I'm getting older. I know eventually something like that might happen as things get older and things start not working as well as they do. That's the way it goes. Now again, we're just painting all this with this camel green because I think it looks cool. That's really the only reason we're doing it. We're going to paint his legs to this camel green as well here. I never played Zombicide either. Oh, Loquitur, you joined me. That's amazing. I figured if I'm going to drown my sorrows, board games are the way to go. I agree. I agree. 1, Cool Mini or Not game class clarification. Oh, yeah? Let's see here. I wonder if I should play a Zombicide sometime. Probably should. I'm just saying that these things are going to go into this boot here. I'm not sure if they really do, but that's good. Yeah, whatever. All right. Good enough. We gotta get this knee pad here as well. I did not back Marvel Zombies. I was very scared of that game for how much I was going to have to pay to get it. So I decided against it. There we go. I think we got this guy pretty green on the bottom. There's a little bit too much green. We'll see if we can wash some of this and dry some of it off or something there. All right, probably not. There we go. Zombie size definitely worth playing. All right, I'll have to give it a shot. Night all, early morning comes to me fast. Jason, I totally hear you. I wish you the best. I wish I could start these earlier, but with family and everything, it's hard for me to. I have to kind of wait till the kids go down and then that's when I can start my painting episodes at. But so that's why I had to push them back to 9. I was trying to do 8:30, but sometimes I felt rushed to try to get here, and I wasn't sometimes ready, and it wasn't a pleasant experience. So I thought, if I just drop these back an hour, I know I'll be ready. And everything's good. So, like, for example, tonight I got to spend about 15-20 minutes being able to play some Breath of the Wild with my oldest son for a little while before he had to go to bed. So it's kind of nice to be able to have some time with him before he went to bed. And that's why, sadly, now the painting episodes I have moved back to 9. Sorry, Jason. I know it's a little late. But have a great one. I hope everything goes well for you. Guys, skip Marvel Zombies based on price. Yes, it's definitely worth neglecting. It's definitely worth neglecting family to get minis painted. The only one we're neglecting right now is my wife. She's upstairs probably watching a show or reading a book or something, but that's okay. She enjoys doing those things. Oh, I should probably go down to the camera so you can see what I'm painting. Again, we're still using that camo green to go through this. Now, I'm not going to... These, I'm just going to paint straight camo green. I'm not actually going to... I don't think there's any real... what do you call them? Those... I said, like, those other things we're going to paint with some brown for horns and stuff, but I don't think these are going to have any horn things here. There's no bone coming off this, in my eyes. We're just going to paint this all. This green. All the, like, parts here. And then the gun, we're going to paint brown. But after I finish the camo green, we might return back to the giant lizard for a second and see what we can do with him. And there's some of that on here now. But this, again, he does have some spikes coming off, which I'm going to kind of try to not hit. So we can paint those like some of the brown there. Okay. Again, we're continuing on with this green. I wonder if I should put it out. Yeah, it looks like it goes there. We're going to paint the green onto here. I think it'll look cool. There we go. I'm going to paint the back of this too green just all the way up. There we go. Boom. Love it. That's the deal. Colin is on. Colin, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining. I am working on your dudes here. Colin from the One Stop Co-op Shop in the house. Love to see you. Thank you for joining. We are working on this miniature. I will give you a heads up on what our plan is here. I'm planning to paint all of this camo green for this guy. All these little scaly areas here. Right through there. There we go. And then we're going to go, the gun itself, I'm going to do a wood. I think it's kind of a wood here. Maybe some metal in there, maybe. We'll see. But then we're going to paint, basically, this guy's camo wherever I see the, like, wherever I see any of this, like, pleated stuff for them. It's not pleated, but you know what I mean. Scales. Whenever you see the scales are going to be green. But then I'm kind of holding this back. I want these to be a bone color. And then on the inside, we're going to kind of paint this with like a more of a, not a, I don't know, a tan or something. His helmet is still going to be that. I'm actually going to paint the helmet with the camo again, but leave the bones again are going to be more of a bone thing. And then maybe I might do a dry brush of red over the top of that. Still going to get some of these with some leather, but other than that, that's the deal. That's what we're going to do here, Colin. We're going to go with that. And I've got the lizard I've started on. He's right over here, which is what we're going to go back to as soon as I finish getting this camo stuff. The lizard right now is straight yellow, but we're going to go back over this with some greens, some reds, some and some different, and I want to put some grays onto here because I think if I remember seeing in the picture, he had some grays in there. So we're going to do that as well. That's really the plan. So this guy's going to get a lot more extra. He's going to be more of a muted colors. We're going to dry brush and mix some colors in there. Thank you for painting. You're welcome. Wife. Hey, I'm here too. The board gamer's wife. Hey, I'm here too. Oh my gosh, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. We've got him in the house. That's amazing. I'll make sure Barrett plays Zombicide with me, FYI, and I love that. Thank you. And then after I'm done with this, Colin is going to watch The Fifth Element. I'm going to sit down and watch it with him. He's going to watch The Fifth Element with me, so it'll be awesome. I'll make him do that. That's the deal. That's why I'm painting the miniatures. Oh, this is so good. That's I tried, dude. Yep. Well, you're going to. Not bad. You're so bad. Bear was just telling us how he always has to remind you what's going on with our Oswald story. That is very true. That's very true. I never know what's going on in Oswald. Colin's in charge of that. In charge of keeping me going. That's the plan. All the time. If people are interested in some fun, Colin and I do a live board game together every Monday. Right now we are playing through Oswarn, so that's a fun one to do. I've had a blast playing that. I can't stop. It's too good. So if you're interested in seeing some Oswarn, but you don't mind it being spoiled, if you're not ever planning to play it, please join along. We have a good time. We're on going into a story of 16, I think is what we're going into. Story 16. Been quite a ride. Quite a ride. There we go. Okay, that guy part's done. Now let's go on the hat. This is gonna be a little tough because there's just a few things here that I want to hit. Right here. Right here. Actual front of the hat. Top of the hat coming off. There we go. 16, 16, 16, even if we had a TPK. That's true. That's true. That's the cool thing. We just keep on going. Even if we die, we still keep going. Because our guys are that good. Turn around over here. I think this is all green. I did on that side. No, I stopped on that side. Okay, I'll stop right there. There you go. I think we're good there. And a little bit over here. Now, I was, like I said, I was going to try to dry brush these a little brown too, but I'm afraid to do that because I'd hate to hit the other parts of the miniature trying to dry brush it, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to keep it this green. I think it'll be okay. This I command. Kind of like Serpentor. Colin doesn't know who Serpentor is. Guaranteed. But everybody else will, which is important. Green in there. Green underneath. Make sure I hit all the spots that I know about, but nobody else will ever see. That's always the most important thing to paint. There we go. A little bit more, and now I got to get his arm here. Let's see what we did with this arm. We just painted this part. So I kept the shoulder blade. Now, what is going on here? Does he have like a crossbow built into his arm there? I don't know what that is. It's like a shell or something, or it's a crossbow or something. I don't know what that is. I think it's going to be green. I don't really know what that is. Does anybody know this guy have a crossbow on his arm? I mean, for crying out loud, this is ridiculous. We're just going to paint it green because I think it'll look cool. The second command. It's a cross arm bow. Thanks, board game officer. That's amazing. It's a cross arm bow. Is it growing out of him? I don't think it's growing out of him, but it's just like a weird, almost looks like a crossbow sitting on top of him. Yes, it's a small crossbow. Okay, so it is. There you go. It's a small crossbow. So we're going to paint that small crossbow with some brown, but I'm going to put the green in between it to kind of, there we go. We're going to paint the crossbow with a brown. We're still going to get some green in there though too. There we go. I think that'll be okay. I want to get a little bit more here. I think he looks kind of cool so far. We're going to do a little back and forth here. Because now we got that done, we're going to go back over the dude. Here you go. Back over here. Let's see what we can do with this guy. That's the deal. Small crossbow. Barrett's 80s and 90s reference always make me smile, and smiling is half the battle. This is true. Now he's smiling, smiling is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Okay, not exactly that, but that's okay. Close enough. Let's see. What did I say we're going to do with this? We're going to do some greens and some... We got the yellows, so we're going to do some green. Now, I think we're going to try... Let's just see what happens if... I'm going to take my brush. This might be a bad idea. Give it a little shine here. I'm just going to touch down here and see what happens. Yeah, that'll be good, actually. Kind of nice. I want to kind of get a little bit of green onto it, like this. Okay, let's see. Not liking what that just did. Get some more of that camo green. Let green do that. It'll be okay. There we go. Couple drops. That's the plan. We'll see if we can keep it going here. I'm just slightly dragging this brush along it. It's like I'm not even putting pressure on the miniature. I'm just lightly dragging it across is what I'm doing. That's the deal. There you go. Yeah, I'm not applying any pressure to this brush. I'm just kind of slowly dragging it across. And my hand is literally just, I'm just pushing it against this thing, really. I'm not even doing anything. Oh, that's way too much. Arm back there. I think this will be okay. Underneath the tail a little bit. There you go. Ah, that's okay. I'm not happy with the amount of green that came out right there. We'll have to deal with that. And blot it off, maybe. Okay. I'm okay with that. Oh, I want to get some on the top. I'm kind of sliding the brush. I'm not even really doing any pressure at all. Give me that subtle look. That's the deal. That looks perfect with the subtle green. Thank you. Does this lizard have a main? It kind of does, doesn't it? That's kind of what I'm looking at. Just prime again and start over. Thanks, Matthew. Yes, I'll do that. I'll start over again. Wow, that would be terrible. Thank you, Colin. I'm glad you think it looks good. Let's see if I can get some of this yellow to activate. All right, I'm going to get a little more yellow here. This could be the worst idea I've ever had. Let's see what happens. Hit my hand with it. That's awesome when you hit your hand with paint. My favorite. That didn't work. Wash this off. Get that off my brush. Okay. A couple drops of yellow. There we go. I'm able to dull up that. I think that was too much green on there, so I'm dulling it up with that yellow again. There we go. That's better. Better. I like it. I think that'll be okay. There you go. Okay. Now, I want to grab red. We're going to do this. We're going to try this out. Here's the deal. It's a main. That's right. It's a main. Try this red. Shake this. I don't think I've ever used this red. I might have used this red. I probably used this red. I definitely start over. Thanks, Matthew. Nope. Colin's getting this the way it is. That's the deal. That's just how it's going to happen. Put a couple drops of red on this thing. I might need more than that. I'll give a couple more. Here we go. 3 drops of red. This is going to be really strong red. If you start over, you can watch. You can paint the witch. Nope. That's probably the last person I'll paint, I bet. I'm going to take some red and use that on the main. Let's see how that goes. Too much. Easily fix though. There we go. Down it like that. There we go. I think that'll be okay. Now we got that on there. I want to, as this is probably the worst way to do it, but we're going to do it this way. I'm not a wet blender, but Bill is. Bill's the wet blender. We're going to get all that red off there and put this, soak this brush in yellow again. And again, just going to go over it again. Just going to dab this yellow on there. Not a big deal. Going to get this more of a less orange. More I need a yellow. And then we're going to dry brush some brown in a second on this thing. And that'll really spice this thing up, I think. That'll be pretty cool. There you go. Okay. Now, oh boy, I don't like that. Okay, let's see what I can do about that. I might actually grab a yellowish. If the color choice is in contention for your worst idea ever, then I need to take you out drinking more often so the poor decisions can flow. Spicy Ludroth is delicious. That's right. I hit his ear though. Oh, when I hit that guy with his tail. See, that's going to happen in the game. See, I'm already practicing the game. See, look at that. I'm doing pretty good. Oh my gosh, I cracked myself up. I'm so sorry. Oh, too good. Too good. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I don't like his ear like that. Let's see what I can do about that. I'm going to grab just a lot of this yellow and see if I can just paint it right on there and make it more yellow. Nope, that's not going to happen. Oh well, whatever. That'll be fine. That's okay. It's okay. You can cut their tails off in the game. Oh, good, good. I'm glad I can. That'll be fantastic. All right, let's get some brown. And I want a color. I want a color. I want a brown, but I don't want a strong brown. I think this one's gonna be good. Monster brown. Can't go wrong with monster brown, right? It's got the name right in there. That's the deal. A little bit of that, put it on my palette. Boom. Let's get our dry brush. Here's a dry brush. It's got out of control. Dry brushes are always out of control. We're going to use Monster Brown. I'm going to dry brush some Monster Brown. That's be the plan. So we're going to take some Monster Brown here, put it on a brush. We're going to find a dry napkin. Not that one. That one's already a wet paper towel. Get this out here. Take a lot of this off. And we're going to dry brush some of this. See what we can get here. Especially down this tail here. Now, the interesting thing is this is not dry yet, so I'm not going to do the mane yet. I'm going to do these spikes up here. Go. I'm going to get the spikes on his little arm here. Way down his tail, drop him. I want to get these legs because I really didn't get too much of the green on the bottom legs here, and that's fine. I want to get those scale things here. Ah! Come back! Oh, well, I dropped the brush on the ground. That's fantastic. Come back here, Mr. Brush. There you go. No, there's probably a spider on it. That'll be awesome. I hate spiders. There we go. Up across that. I think those will be just fine. Just like that. Yeah. It's hard not to make those ISO fairing minis all brown. Oh, I know. Tell me about it. Tell me about Loquitur Gaming. We had that problem last time. It was like, how many browns am I going to use? Oh, what do you know? 9 browns and like 1 green, I think, is what I did. I don't even know what I used. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do about this. There's a couple things I left on this thing I really want to hit and make look cool. So one of the things I want to do is I want to make this something. I think we're going to dry brush that with the red. That'll be better. We're going to try this. This dragon red. Oh, no. Whoa, I got better. Look at this one. Oh, that's oak brown. That's not red. Durr. Let's see here. How about this one? Chromatic red. That's going to be awesome. We're going to use that. We're going to put that right here. Boom. We're going to take that, and I'm actually going to keep the brown on this. There's still some brown on this brush. I'm going to keep it on there. That'll be fine. We're going to do that, and we're going to try to just dry brush this. Oh, yeah. That's so good. Do on this side, too. So good. I can even get it on here, too. Let's see what else I can get. Okay, now I said I wanted some gray. That's right, I did. Oh, it's going to be so good. I want some gray. Now I got to figure out what color I want the eyes for the lizard's eyes. Do I want them green? Do I want them red? I'm not sure. Do I want this just chromatic red color? Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to try to paint just his eyes. Let's see how this goes. That's pretty good. I like the chromatic red. I think that red looks really good. Yes. That's going to hit the top here. There. Yes, that red's good. Let's see, am I digging that red? How do you do here? That'll be good. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay. Let's Beerman, what's up, everyone? More painting. Sweet. Yes, we are doing Monster Hunter tonight. Here's our lizard right now we're working on. And I've already started working on one of the hunters. He's right here, Beerman. We're working away on these guys. This is going to be pretty cool, I think. That's the plan, at least. I do need some bone. I have, well, I'm knocked over all my brushes. Awesome. I have this stuff, this desert yellow. That's not bone. That was good work, man. Way to grab the wrong color. At least I read it right. Skeleton bone. Now, the funny thing is, if you noticed, both of these have different labels. This is the newer paints that come out. I've actually used so much of this paint that I've actually had to buy a new bottle of it. This is from, I think, 1916 or something, and this is the newer stuff. I don't think much has changed in the way they've made their paints, but I bought this such a long time ago that the paints are, some of them are starting to get old. And there's probably get some new ones. Now, what I'm doing with this is I want to paint all of the claws this color. That's the deal. That's the deal. There we go. Paint all these claws this color. Now, hitting the base doesn't matter because I am going to do something at the base. And now Colin has played this game before, so he easily can answer this question. Do the lines on this base, do you need to see these in the game? Does that matter in the game? Does it have to do with where you're hitting this monster? Because I need to know that if I'm going to base this thing. I'm guessing yes, or they wouldn't put them on there. You kind of need to see the lines. No problem. Then that's how I'll make the base. I'll make the base so you can see the lines. That's the deal. Again, just getting these claws all painted really quick with this. That's the deal. You have to see where your arc you are in. It's similar to Oswarn. Okay, cool. That's good to know. That's neat. I like when they do mechanics like that on big bosses, like big monsters. Instead of just, here's a giant monster in the middle of the table. No matter where you hit it, you hit it. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Go over, hit these claws here. Interestingly enough, let's try to hit this claw from underneath the miniature. Always a joy to try to do. And then we're going to get the gray on there after we get these claws done. Ooh, look at the size of that claw. That claw's out of control. Oh, super big. There we go. In the immortal words of Jazz, the Transformer, right? The thing is ginormous, right? I don't use that word very often. But for that claw, I think I'd say it. I want to get the back of these claws, so you're probably not going to see what I'm painting right now. I apologize. But I'm trying to get the back of these claws from underneath here. Because you're totally going to see those claws, I know. In front of that claw. And the last one right here. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to come back to these claws. We're not done yet. Because they very blend in with the yellow, and I don't like that. So we're going to deal with that in a little bit. We're going to deal with that in a little bit. It's different in that the parts do not have individual health. There you go. Good to know. Good to know. Just got through my first play session, Isofarian Guard. Oh, Beerman, good work. I haven't played it yet. I'm so sad. I had other obligations I have to do, and I'm not even going to get to it till probably, I'm not going to get to it till like Tuesday or Wednesday. I've got lots of stuff going. I've got a packed weekend with family and friends, so I'm not going to have time for any recording or anything to play that game. It's too bad. I hope you enjoyed it. I've heard good things about it, really good things. So we'll see. I'm excited to dig into it at some point soon. Okay. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do here. Okay, got a couple things left I want to try to do. So first off, I have to do the teeth. I can probably do the teeth real quick. That's the deal. Bierman, I'm contemplating quitting my job and becoming homeless. 2 big pros. 1, plenty of time to play, and 2, you need something around the size of the ground for enough room to play. Oh my gosh, that's funny. That is funny. So we're just going to slather this on the teeth here inside there. I don't know if you're ever going to see them when you're playing, but it'll be good enough, just like that. There we go, right along there. I'm going to paint these teeth as well. Now, if you notice, I left a ring of white right here, and that's because I'm going to go over it with like a reddish purple color or something to see what I can do about that. I think I might do red. I'm going to do, which red should I do? Let's find one. Let's find a red. Let's find a red. We've got blood red. Done. Blood red. Good name. Done. We'll use that. Let's see how that goes. That'll be good. 1 drop on my palette because I don't need much. There we go. That's done. Let's go back down, paint it up. That's my face. We're just going to do a small ring across this. I'm going to try not to hit the teeth. I don't really want to hit the teeth. There we go. I don't think I hit the teeth, did I? No, I didn't. Now, let's see if I flip it over. I want to do it on the inside here in this. There we go. It should be pretty good. Now, you're not really going to see the red on the other side, but that's okay. You can see it here, and I want a little bit more. Oh. A little bit more up here. Okay, I think that's good. Now, after that, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this cool paint right here. It's called Blood for the Blood God, and we're going to like drip blood out of this thing's mouth, and we're going to have a big pool of it on the base. I'm totally kidding. We're not doing that. I will say that would look kind of cool, but I'm not a person that does. Unless the model really screams, "Hey, there should be blood on this model." I don't actually ever put blood on models, just because I don't know. It's just not my thing. I'm not much of a oh my gosh, this thing needs lots of blood pooling out of it and stuff. I mainly did that because I wanted to see Colin go nuts, and I got an oh gosh. So I'm pretty excited. My plan worked. So we're gonna put Blood for the Blood God away, but it is a cool paint. I do enjoy this paint. I have used it multiple times. I wonder if I have a miniature in my possession near me that I could show you what that looked like. Sadly, I don't think I do. I don't have one. Sorry. Yep, nothing. I got nothing. That's good. You freaked me out, he says. Good. That's good. All right, now I got to decide, do I want to do something with this and this? I think I'm okay with the way it is. Maybe. I think I'm okay with it. Okay, I do want to okay, I'm debating about. Okay, I've already knocked over my paintbrush, so don't care. I think it's pretty good. I wonder if there's anything else I need to do to this thing. Looks kind of cool. Oh, the gray. That's what I was going to do. I was going to put gray on this. That's right. Because I noticed that it kind of has a gray underbelly a little bit. So you're going to find the gray. What do I do? Here's black. Here's gray. Here it is. Everything, he says. Do everything. I will do everything. So we're going to shake up our gray, and we're going to put that down in the pleated area. That's the day. That's the deal. That's the deal. We need more gray. Here we go. Now this is just because I think I saw a picture of it that has some gray going down it, which is why I'm doing this. And we're going to see if this works. We'll kind of get some of the paint off there. We're going to go really lightly, kind of like we did the other thing, and just see. Oh yeah, that'll be great. I think that'll be really good. Gonna dart. It's almost like a wash. I'm kind of almost washing this on here. Now I know it's kind of hard to see because I'm kind of underneath the miniature, so you can't really see it. There we go. Yeah, I'm glad I chose gray, not black. Okay, so now you can kind of see that it has like a little bit of gray under there. I'm going to kind of make it so it's not as, I want to kind of get it less streaky. I'm going to kind of do it all in one big motion. So what I'm trying to do, so if you're painting, and you're kind of painting one little area like this, you're gonna, and then you go to another area, it's gonna kind of streak you out. What I'm trying to do is do big long strokes down it so that I don't have any pooling where I don't want it. And I think that looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good like that. Okay, then actually I like that so much, I am actually gonna put the gray in here as well. The deal, and then we're gonna wipe a lot of that away. Like that, I like that. I like that a lot. Perfect, just like that. So it's still kind of yellow, but it's got that gray color to it. I think that'll look really cool. We're gonna do it over here too. My gosh, I like this so much. So I probably could have just used Nuln Oil and it would have been just fine because it's almost as pretty much acting like a wash. Now they like it so much, I'm actually going to hit it along this line of scales right here too. I'm going to hit over here on the scales too. I think that's going to be pretty good. Okay, now we're almost done. We are going to hit the claws with a, is this it? Nope, that's Reikland Flesh Shade. I do not want that. I do not want Nuln Oil either. I want Agrax Earth Shade. This is a fantastic wash. If you do not own this wash, get this shade. This is fantastic. This and Nuln Oil are probably two of the most key things you can have in your painting arsenal. This is a wash I'm going to put on those claws. Hopefully help them pop a little bit more. All right. Put it right on there. And that does makes it a little darker. Still kind of blending with the yellow. There's not much I'm going to do about that, but that's the deal. Put them just like that. There we go. And the back ones. Front ones. Again. Okay. I think we're getting close. It's getting close. I think that's pretty good. Greetings, good sirs. Greetings, Steve. Thank you for joining. It is awesome to have you as always. Thank you for joining. We are painting up a giant evil lizard demon here. That's the deal. Evil demon lizard. That's what we're painting. I need some more brown. Monster brown. Bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. I put the brown there. It's a demon dinosaur. All right. I think a lizard's done. I think he's good. I can't think of much else to do that isn't going to do something. Demon, I think it's just a beast. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Colin, good to see you in the chat instead of trying to save Baron's characters. I usually fail. Oh, that's awesome. So here we are. I think this guy's done, but we're going to move on to our characters now and see if we can finish up those. Here's the lizard. I think he looks okay. I'm going to base this. Now, like I said, I got a great idea to put toothpicks down here to kind of raise these up. So when you do put basing material down, you can still see those. And then just paint over them with one of the with maybe a sharper color so you can see where these are. So I might put like toothpicks here and here. That's the seal. Did I hear the Gummy Bears song? You may have just heard the Gummy Bears theme song. You did. I'm very proud that you actually picked that on. I'm very, very impressed. Very impressed. Yes. I used to watch that a long time ago when I was young. Yes, to me, gummy bears were not just to eat, they were to watch on TV. That is the deal. That's the deal. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. They had gummy berry juice. Remember, gummy berry juice. They had the secret of gummy berry juice. I think we're good. Yep, lizard's done. I can't think of much else to do. Who knows? Maybe I'll think of something on the way. But what do you think? Think we're good? I think we're good. It's lizard. I'll hold it up here. Maybe it's a little bit better here. Lighting's probably a little better here. There he is. He's this kind of yellow guy. He's got some gray on him. I don't know. Do we like that gray on the little cheek things? I think so. Maybe. I think that's kind of cool. There you go. Perfect. All right. Boom. Done. It's on Disney Plus. I'm currently watching it though. No way. That's amazing. Fire Drake, good to see you. Welcome to the chat. We just finished our dragon or demon. What if Matthew's here? He can tell me what this is. It actually has a name. Colin can probably tell me what this is too. This is from Monster Hunter. I may be fighting this at some time, but Colin is going to be doing a playthrough of Monster Hunter over at the One Stop Co-op shop, and I'm painting up his dudes and the first monster he's going to fight. That's the deal. That's the deal. Great Yargus. That's the deal. That's what we're fighting. That's the deal. Is it just me, or does that monster look like it needs a perm? I think it might. I think it might need a perm. It might need a perm. But there you go. That's the deal. Royal Ludroth. Nice job. Thank you, Fire Drake. Thank you, Fire Drake. We're going to turn our attention now to this guy. We kind of were painting a little bit of him while we waited for the other thing to dry. That was the deal. And now that it's dry, we're going to turn our attention to this guy. We're going to start again by going into... we're going to use, let's see if I can find it here. It's up here somewhere. I had these organized. I did have these organized. We're going to take our sand golem color. We're going to need that for bone. And we're going to grab hardened leather. We're going to grab some hardened leather. And then we're going to grab, what's this one? Is this it? Nope, that's wildwood. Fail. We're going to grab snakebite leather. Because when you paint minis in a game, you have to see if you can use all your browns. What's up with the generation? What's up with that generation and bears? Exactly. Gummy bears, Yogi Bear, Care Bears, Berenstein Bears. I never thought about that either, but that is amazing, Board Game Officer. Oh my gosh. We got Yogi Bear, we got Boo Boo Bear, we got the Care Bears, Care Stare. I had a Care Bear growing up. I had Bedtime Bear, believe it or not. I don't sleep enough as it is, so I probably don't exemplify Bedtime Bear too much. I probably should sleep a little more than I do, but I don't. So that's absolutely amazing. There are a lot of bears in my generation. That's for sure. Oh, now I just got paint on my hand. You can never leave a painting session without getting paint all over your hands. That's usually the deal. All right, let's see what we got here. So here's our goal. We are going to paint the rest of this guy up. We are going to use bone on all the little things you see coming off of this. That's the deal. Then for this, oh, we need a wood color. I need this. Dark wood. Dark woods is what we're going to use to paint this. Oh, there's a little bit more green I got to get. My green didn't dry out yet. Yes, it did. Okay. Camo green. Okay, we'll put that here. I just need one more drop. Put my camo green. I got to get a little more camo green on this. Just like that. And I'm sure there's some on this side. Yeah, there is. I don't even know if that's supposed to be camel green, but I'm going to paint it camel green because I think it'll look awesome. Remember, it's all about looking awesome. And it's funny, I say that, and then I never play games that I care about what my character looks like. It's like, oh, I gotta have this thing so my guy has a cool looking like hat. I'm like, I don't care what my hat is. I'm just gonna go run around and do stuff. Though I've got friends that are all about, oh, I gotta have that like paraglider or something. My son's the same way as I am, thank goodness. He could like care less what his character looks like. He's running around. Nope, I take that back. He does care because we're just playing Zelda. He's like, oh, I gotta put him in this outfit because it's a cooler outfit. I think he meant the Berenstein Bears. Ah, yes, the Berenstein Bears. Officer, yes, I wasn't sure how to spell it. Well, don't worry, board game officer, I can't spell anything to save my life. So here's the, then we're going to actually probably come back here. So now we're going to paint all these with the bone color. We're going to paint his clothes here with what do you call it? The what do you call it? Hardened leather. But then the belts and stuff I'm going to paint with the with my snake bite leather. And that's going to be about it. I think that's going to be how we're going to do this guy. I think we're going to go from there. So we're going to paint from the inside out. That's my plan. So we're going to start with our hardened leather. That's what we're going to start with. That's the deal. We grew up with healthy respect for bears. It all started with Smokey, yep, telling us that we had to prevent forest fires. A lot of responsibility for a kid. That's true. That's true. The Mandela effect. That's right. The other thing, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, bears. That's right. The funny thing is, my nickname was Bear for a while. Let's see, Hard Leather. And some of my friends call me that. Some of the ones I've known me back when that was my nickname. Right, Hard Leather, come out of here. Hard Leather, there you go. Now, the cool thing about hardened leather, which we saw last week, is it's a little bit more red than the snakebite leather, which is going to be fine. We're going to paint that on all of these parts here. It's just like his normal clothes that are sticking up. That's the deal. Whoops, and I got the belt. But that's okay. We're going snakebite leather. That'll make a difference. You know what? I think I'm just going to say snakebite leather. No, we're just going to paint all of this stuff with this leather color here. We get down in there. Over there. There we go. The shoulder pad, we're going to paint something a little bit different. We're going to paint this all with this leather. Here we go. Turn. As we say in surgery, we're going to turn and burn. Here we go. Turn and burn. Down there. Excellent. Okay. Now, we know from sources that this is a crossbow that he's got on his arm there. Very true, Steve, especially since only we could prevent forest fires. That's right. Now kids are taught about cocaine bears. Go figure. That's actually pretty funny. Somebody said like, "Oh, Bear, did you go see that Cocaine Bear movie?" I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I have no idea about this Cocaine Bear thing. Nothing. I do know about Smokey the Bear though. I know Smokey the Bandit, and I know Smokey Bear. I know both those. Both those. What else do we have? I'm gonna paint this with that leather. We're gonna keep that with the leather, this with leather. We're paint the rest of that with snakebite leather though. The deal. There you go. Let's put a lot of pressure on kids whose main responsibilities were to eat Oreos and watch Saturday morning cartoons. Very true. Man, I remember that. I used to get up every Saturday morning, watch cartoons, because that was kind of what we did. It's funny, looking back on that, I was always like, wow, I can't believe what are my parents doing? Why aren't they waking up? And now it's like, that is like the one day I get to sleep in. It's like on Saturdays. I'm like, yeah, no wonder we used to sit and watch Saturday morning cartoons. Our parents wanted to sleep in. It was the one day they got to. Well, the other days they were having to work and get up early. It's like, oh my gosh, I get to sleep in a little bit. My kids watch cartoons. That's great. Now we're going to paint his shoes something a little bit different here. Right now we're going with that hardened leather from, all these are, everything I've used so far is from either Army Painter or Army Painter Speed Paints. That's the deal. Keep going here. Hoping to get this guy done by the time we have to finish tonight. That's my plan. There we go. Now I did hit. Let's see if we can fix this. Oh, no, that brush. There we go. Oh, we hit up here too. I don't want to hit that. I'm going to brush that off. Then I'll re-hit it with the green. A little darker than I wanted it, but okay, I hit a lot of that one. Okay. Gonna get some of this off of here. I'm kind of going to be going into catastrophe here. Turn the pool. I don't like that. Let's get this off. There we go. Perfect. I know I hit that with that much green. Brown. Wow, I wasn't really paying attention. I miss Saturday cartoons. Yes, as I do. Ditto. I kind of feel like the downfall of Saturday morning cartoons was the Power Rangers. Because all of a sudden, the Power Rangers appeared out of nowhere. And then the next thing I know, I didn't have the Smurfs anymore. I didn't have any of my Saturday morning cartoons. It was all these like martial arty type shows. And I was like, where are my cartoons? And they're all gone. All gone. But I still had the Disney afternoon. But I lost all my Saturday morning cartoons. They turned into like these like Power Rangers show. They had Ultraman. They had like a lot of these like a lot of those kind of shows which are more of that type of thing. Your negativity on Power Rangers? Yes, Colin. Power Rangers were the downfall of Saturday morning cartoons, so therefore, that's it. I watched Big Bad Beetle Borgs. I have never heard of that. Favorite ever. Board Game Officer loved the Power Rangers. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That is where we'll differ. We'll differ on that for sure. It was horrible. Now I might actually have to look that up and give it a shot. And just see what it is. I think also the time that happened, I started watching anime as well, which so it kind of changed what I was watching. That's the deal. What's this? I remember once when was at my grandparents' house, got my cereal, sat on the floor, and a mouse came out. I gave him a Cocoa Puff, and we ate a show together before it left. The power of Saturday cartoons. Oh my gosh, that is probably the coolest story I have ever heard. That is amazing. Now, of course, that ever happened at my house, my wife would be screaming and standing on top of a table, but that's unbelievable. Yes, the Beetle Borgs. It was a ripoff of the Power Rangers, but they were better. But they were Beatles. Oh, that's awesome. You just got to watch one episode. I can't believe I watched it. See, that was the problem. I'm watching these shows, and they're all like that. They all like, was it like one of those ones where they all like those foam costumes, and they would stand there, oh, it was just, those were terrible. Where were my cartoons? I want my cartoons. I like my cartoons. All my cartoons. Yep. See, yep. Okay, now I know. I don't even need to watch it, Colin. I know exactly what that show is about. They are coming out with the Power Rangers movie with 4 of the original actors. Great. The last one did fantastic. So I'm super excited for this one too. My son watched it with me. He was like, Dad, you got to watch this Power Rangers cartoon. I'm like, I don't want to watch Power Rangers cartoon. They're the downfall of cartoons that I know. Or Power Rangers show. I'm like, I'm not watching it. But we watched it. And it was still not that great. Now, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm trying to get back behind this guy's leg. The paint back here. And all the way up into here. Here we go. And after we get this done, then we're going to get the... I don't even know if I primed in there. Whatever. Be good enough. Okay. Once we get that done, now we're going to go to the other brown, I think. Our cartoons are still my favorite form of televised entertainment. I agree. Agreed, Beerman. Either that or Star Trek or Star Wars or something like that. That's the deal. Fatal Paper Cut, VR Troopers. Oh my gosh. VR Paper Cut. First off, Fatal Paper Cut, great to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Awesome to have you here. VR Troopers. Was that the one where VR Troopers? I think I remember the show. Was this the one that had there was a show that had like something where you could actually have like a light sensor gun and could be part of the show or something? I don't remember. Is this the one I'm thinking of, or am I completely off on this? Where there was a show that had like some kind of like thing you could buy to interact with the TV show while it was on or something. And it like, I don't remember how it all worked because I never had it. I was never that lucky. VR Troopers. Is that one? I might be totally wrong. I'm probably wrong. There's one new one on Netflix. It's an hour long. Haven't watched it yet. Oh, yeah? Oh, maybe I have to check it out. My favorite cartoon was the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon. I always wondered why Hank had this awesome bow that shot laser blasts and he wouldn't ever use it to hit any monsters. I agree. I totally agree. And I actually have I have the box set still on DVD of that. And it's one of the few DVDs I still own is that. And if I was the Cavalier and all I got was a lousy shield, I'd be seriously upset. Agreed. Captain Power. There's a new one on Netflix called Captain Power. I bought the series on DVD, Steve, just to own it. Exactly. I did the same thing. Yeah, Dungeons & Dragons, awesome to the max. Agreed. Oh my gosh, I've got that. I've got all of them. Actually, I showed them to my son. He thought they were awesome. I was like, yeah, they're awesome because they're awesome. That was the deal. All right, where are we on this? I'm talking about Dungeons & Dragons, and I'm talking about cartoons, and we're having a blast here, and I forget to paint the miniature. All right, get to painting, Garen. Get to painting. Got to get this guy. Get this painting done here. What I got to do here. All right, let's see here. Got to paint her miniature. But I'd actually rather talk, because this is so much fun. We're living our old cartoon experiences. Beetleborgs. All right, got to go check that out. Stop distracting him. He says. Oh, that's funny. We're going to go to Snakebite Leather now. This is another one. That's the deal. We're going to go to Snakebite Leather. I'm going to move this guy over here. We're going to put it into my seat of power here. Because if I don't put it in here, I will spill it. And that's the deal. Recently purchased the animated Hobbit Lord of the Rings. Oh my gosh. Frodo and his 9 fingers and the Ring of Doom. Power Rangers was the show on Netflix. I'm not watching Netflix. But don't check it out. It's terrible, man. I love Snakebite. It is such a great contrast. I too. I own it too, Beerman. That's amazing. It's amazing. Yes, I've seen all those. Those are good stuff. This Snakebite Leather, we're going to put on his other parts of leather that he has kind of going around here. That's going to be the deal. I'm going to try not to hit the green because it will actually mess up the green. That's the deal. I told you it's a sewing circle when we paint together. That's right. We all get to chit-chat, have a good time. We get a mini painted if we're lucky, and all the fun stuff. This is going around his entire leg here, so we're going to kind of paint it there. Let's see, we got this up here. We're going to paint with the Snakebite Leather. So it's a darker leather color. I don't know how much different it's going to look compared to the other leather, but I have a tendency to like to try to use the two different leathers. I think they look kind of cool together. I was thinking Captain Planet. Captain Power is, and the soldier of the future had a ship to shoot at the TV. I had it. It didn't really work. That was what it was. Captain Power. That's right. Oh my gosh. Remember Captain Power as well. Fire Drake 18. I wanted to get the ship that interacted with the show. Yeah. He wore gold armor and royal blue, I believe. Oh, he had some great colors, man. There's some great colors. Yeah, I don't know how. Well, maybe it'll be different enough. I think it will. We're going to do these packs with this color, just like that. Get in there. Okay, that looks good. A little bit more here. I think we're going to get right here. There we go, just like that. All right. I thought I was the only one, yet it appears I've found some like-minded people. That's right, you have, Beerman. You hang out here. We are the cool crowd. Cool crowd right here. Another pouch. We're going to paint this up with snakebite leather. There we go. We'll run this across there. And this as well. I think we got all the leather done that I wanted to get done. Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. A few more. What makes this community great? Beerman, a lot of like-minded kids here. That's right. A lot of kids. That's right. We are like-minded kids. We have too much fun. And that's what it's all about. Let's see here. Gotta get there. I was a dumb kid and I asked for it and it would probably be like $80 real money today. It probably would. It's probably like exactly. Robotics is still my favorite anime. Interesting. I mean, Robotech. Yep, stupid autocorrect. Of course that happens, Steve. My my favorite anime I ever watched. Still to this day, I am a huge fan of the Slayers ones. The one with Lena Inverse, and Gowry, and all them. That was my favorite anime. When I was never really at the time. I was never really into the robot ones. That was the deal. You didn't miss out. I was not into the robot ones as much as I was into the Record of the Lotus Wars, and all the like kind of, what do you call them, Dungeons and Dragons-y type ones. That was kind of more what I was into, was those kind of ones. So though I did like Armitage 3, that was another one I watched that I really liked, anime wise. We're working on some of these pouches still. We're almost done with the snakebite leather, and then we're going to move on to the bone, and then we're pretty much done with this miniature. When we rock this thing, we rock these things pretty well tonight. And this has been a super entertaining episode with cartoon talk. We're talking anime now. Amazing. Love it all. Sadly, I sold like almost all of my anime DVDs because I didn't think I'd ever need them again. I could watch them on streaming. And now the stuff I'm looking for on streaming, it's like, oh, you got to pay for it. I'm like, what? You got to pay for it? Seriously? Like, I can't watch my Slayer stuff anymore, which is too bad. That's too bad. I think Dragon Ball Z. I didn't know what anime was. The Ronin Warriors. I think it was called Samurai Troopers. I don't remember Samurai Troopers. Remember Samurai Show? No, Samurai Show was a video game. Remember that. I think I painted the wrong thing. Oh well, that's okay. Okay, so here's where we stand. That's the deal. I still have a DVD player for that reason. Yeah, I should probably have kept my DVD player. I don't have one anymore. Well, I lied. I've got like my Xbox and my my PlayStations and all that. But, I mean, we kind of got rid of a lot of our stuff like that, which looking back on it probably wasn't the smartest plan. My kids no longer watched any of that stuff. They all watch the streaming stuff, so I kind of got rid of it. And Voltron, who can forget Voltron? That's right. Now, did you like the Lions, or did you like the one that had like all the the cars and the planes and all 12 of them formed Voltron, or did you like the Lions? That's the question. Some of us still have 8-track players, Colin. Or our beta VCRs. Don't forget our beta VCRs. We have those too. Those are amazing. Those are super amazing. I'm not that old. Oh, that's awesome. No, he's not. He's not that old. I'm gonna hit there too. Okay, we're done with that. we are moving into our sand golem now. That's the deal. Truest has to go to the lions all the way. Yes, everybody loves those lions. Or Laserdisc. Oh yeah, Laserdisc. Laserdisc was where you first could buy. That's the first place you could ever watch the unedited version of Aliens. The director's cut of Aliens was found on a Laserdisc. So I really wanted to get a Laserdisc player just so I could watch that. That's so I could watch it. I still have a VCR 100% because of some of the videos I own. That's pretty good. You do too. Collins was a VCR. I don't even have one of those. Colin's an MP3 era guy. It is kind of funny because my kids are. We had the commercial about the was it Tag Team where they did the Scoop. There it is commercial. No, Aliens is way better. Oh, you're not going to get me started on that. So is Aliens as good as The Fifth Element? They're equally better than anything you'll ever watch, because maybe I'll pass watching it. Of course you will. Of course you will. Of course you will. No. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. Trust me. Every person this text this chat is going to tell you how good that movie is. What does Colin use a VCR for? I don't know. Usually are for watching movies. That's true. That are paperweights. One of the two. We're going to get a little bit of this bone. We're going to put it on our dude. And I'm going to also put it on my hand. I don't know why, but I always seem to get the bone color on my hand. And it's because it just loves to come out of there and lay on my hand there. Now what we're going to do with this is we're just going to hit all of these bones coming off of here. That's the deal. Now again, this looks like very brown. I was very surprised at how brown this looks. But that's okay. I think I like the contrast bone better. Did I grab the wrong color? Yeah, that's probably why. It's because I grabbed hardened leather. That's why it looks very much like hardened leather. The bone I wanted to hit is, where did I put it? Did I even grab it? I'm going crazy, everybody. Oh, here it is. Pallid bone. I'm a moron. All right, let's get that off of there. Let's see if we can just kind of dry this off of here. The back ones might be a little bit darker than the other ones, but there you go. All right, well, that was awesome. Baron's amazing. All right. Like I said, we're going to use pallid bone. Pallid bone. That's what we're going to do. Unbelievable. I keep a small DVD player around just to be able to watch HBO's Carnivale every once in a while. I do not know that. So good. I watch movies, just not the right ones, apparently. Exactly. I have 3 copies of Fifth Element, VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray. I like it a little bit. There you go. There you go. I like it a little bit, too. I like it a little bit. Let's try this. Let's try Pallid Bone instead. That's our plan. Hey, Fire Drake. My wife and I turned it off after 48 minutes. We couldn't get through it. Yep, I know. You were. That's why I'm painting these miniatures, so I'm making you watch it. You can come over and watch it. That'll be the deal. Yeah, these back ones might be a little dark, but that's okay. There we go. It's not better when you have the right color. We're just painting all the tips of these because I think it's kind of cool. I think these kind of feel like these are like bones coming off of this thing. Like it's the spines of the animal or something. Now, is it? I have no idea. We're just going to say it is. That's the deal. Well, Ruby Road, Chris Tucker. Yes, exactly. Could be confused with an alien, Colin. So there's that. That's right. But now I'm going to, since Baron's painting for me, that's right. I'm having a rough week, so I hate all TV. More minis, please. I hear you. Carnivale, I never finished the finale. It was good. Oh, I might, maybe I'll look into that. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll watch that. I'll see if I can find it. Sounds like you have to have it on DVD. I don't have that ability anymore. Besides, there are no more video stores anywhere in the world. Can't rent them anymore. There you go. It's looking pretty cool. I like this bone concept coming off of these. Spin around, get a little bit more there. Put one up here, paint it right up there. There we go. There we go. A little bit more. Perfect. Okay, now let's get his bottom part here. Then we're almost done. Let's drop him. There we go. Now there are these things that I could use to hold on to the, oh my gosh, I gotta get back there, don't I? That's okay, I can get back there. I need to get back inside this cloak. It's gonna be hard to see down there. I have to get that with that camo green, or I have to get some camo green eventually and get back there. But first we're gonna get the bone part here. And this bone I've got to hit from all sides because you're gonna see it from the other side underneath here. We're trying to hit all the parts of this bone like this. There we go. A little bit more. One more bone piece up here. There we go. Okay, I think we got it all. Almost. I say that and then I see another piece. But that needs to be painted. Okay. Excellent. I think he's looking pretty cool. I think he looks really neat. I think just the last 2 episodes, brother Justin creeped me out. I gotta hang with the wife. Thanks again. But oh, Colin, take care. Have a good one. Go have fun. Have some fun. Good night. Everybody says good night to Colin. All right. Yeah, have a good one. This guy will be done here. Slickety split. I'll probably send you pictures. You can tell me what you think. There we go. Finish the first duo of ISO far. Awesome. Send me pictures, Loquitur. Like that shade. I do too. This bone looks really cool. So now we got the bone on there. I think that looks really neat. I think it looks really cool. I like the bone. Now all we have left is the gun. We're going to do that just with a dark brown is the deal. I don't think I'm going to put any metal on this thing. And then we're going to put dark brown up here on the crossbow. And I think we're going to call it. That'll be it. And then we're going to put dark brown on the shoes. On the shoes. And that's going to be the deal. So we have dark wood. Dark wood is what we're going to use. That's the deal. I'm going to shake this up. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, glow stick. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, glow stick. All right, there we go. I'm going to put this down on our palette here. I'm going to spin to a new spot that hasn't been used yet. Move back that and bring this up. We'll put a couple drops right here. Boom and boom. Now this is going to be really dark. So I've got to be careful where I hit this. Wherever I don't want it, it's going to be bad news. What? Brother Justin was played by Clancy Brown. Now I've got to watch it. Beer, man. That's pretty awesome. I'm going to start with the crossbow. We'll see how I do here and see how badly I screw this up. Again, we're going to get this crossbow just right across it, straight like this. There we go. There we go. Perfect. I think that looks good. Okay, now let's get the gun. Let's start out here. All the way around that. There we go. I'm proud of you for doing getting all that done, Loquitur. I was only able to get one done on my painting session, one of the dudes. Glad you got both done. Pumpkinhead, what was that song from your raving days? Bear, shake, 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 shake your glow stick. Yeah, my rave days with Dora. I think that's from Dora the Explorer. My son used to watch Dora the Explorer all the time, and we just remember that episode because that kind of is exactly what it reminded us of. I'm like, why is Dora at a rave? Which made us laugh every time we heard it. So, yep, that was right away. Pumpkinhead, awesome to see you. Thank you so much for joining. It's great to have you here. Shake, 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 shake a glow stick. I'm going to say that now every time I shake my paints. I got to find the brown. What do I do with it? There we go. Oh, I just know backpack. Yeah, exactly. Backpack. But it was only in one episode because like they were underwater or something, or maybe it was Diego and he was underwater and you just see, and so they had to have a glow stick and so to shake their glow sticks or something. I don't know what it was. And map. I'm the map. Yep, exactly. That's all. That's the ones everybody remembers for sure. Oh my gosh, yes, those bring back memories. My kids are past those days now. They don't watch those anymore. I put them in Discord. Thank you. Just throwing this out. There is Extenses by David Connerberg. All right. Fire Drake's on fire. I'll have to go back in the chat and check out all this stuff after I'm done here. Let's see what I find. Better to embrace the crazy Baron. It makes much easier. This is very, very true, Steve. Embrace the crazy Baron. I was actually driving a patient back to the operating room singing Gilligan's Island yesterday. Because we were going back. It was going to be a 3-hour tour. And so I thought they needed to know that. All right, I think we're getting good on the gun here. That's the deal. How are your new brushes holding up? Tim, good to see you. I'm holding up with contrast paints. They do really well. These new brushes do really well. What he is talking about is I got a new set of brushes. They're called Wolf Bristle brushes. I don't know if anybody knows about these that I got. They were on a Kickstarter I backed a while ago, and they finally showed up, so I'm pretty excited about them. And they're pretty good. I have no problem with them. Today we're using speed paints on these today. We're giving that a shot. So that's what we're working on today. We're working on this guy right now, and we finished the giant lizard. He is done. He's this giant lizard guy. We totally finished this. He's good to go. He's gonna wallop on these little dudes here. That's the deal. That's what we're gonna do here. Yeah, these wolf brushes are pretty cool. Right now I'm using, what's this called? Wepa Wet. I don't know what that means, but it's something in wolf. We're painting up these. These are from Monster Hunter. Super cool. Oh, I can't read. Existence. But it's spelled existence to make it confusing. Of course it is. Why would they? Why not? Right? Because that's what they do. All right, I think our gun is painted. Oh, missed a spot over here. Got to get that. I'm glad you're here, Tim. Thank you for joining. Having a blast. Talking 80s cartoons, 90s, you name it. We're just talking. We're chit-chatting. We're having a blast. Got to get in here. And I got to come in over to this side and get right here. There we go. Perfect. Love it. I think I love that gun. Oh, missed a little spot down at the bottom. Oh, I missed some green right here. We got to get this green. Hopefully that's still usable. I'm going to find it's over here somewhere. I don't think so. I think it's all dry. Nope, still good. There we go. Any place else I noticed I missed? No. No. I'm dyslexic. Reading is for jerks. Remembering the best of the 80s and 90s like old men do. That's right. That's what we do. That's what we do. There's some water on there. Off of there. Now we're going to get his boots. And we're coming close to the end here. Let's see. Yep, that's good. Going across here. Need some more. Good. And now we have one more spot left. Let's see what we do here. I'm really looking forward to seeing how new Monster Hunter plays. Nefarious, I am also waiting for this. I'm in theory going to try with Colin on Sunday. This is Colin's copy of it. I didn't actually get a chance to do an unboxing of it. I just started painting it. That would be kind of cool. I like the scale of these Isofarian minis, just a tad larger than usual. Yes, agreed. We painted one of those last week. It was really fun. I'm curious, is there a D&D cartoon streaming anywhere? Not that I'm aware of. The best I can do is like there's like anime ones. That's about the best you can do, but it's not really technically Dungeons and Dragons. That's kind of the deal. Darn, he says. Some of my favorite ones that are in that vein have almost become what he calls MMORPG type ones they do. Like, oh my gosh, why can't I think of it? It's one of my favorite animes of all time. Sword Art Online was a fantastic anime I watched. That was kind of in that vein type thing. Where it was kind of D&D-ish in a way. Kind of thing. There is a trailer of a new game that looks like Monster Hunter. It's called Chrono Odyssey. Chrono Cross? I remember Chrono Cross. Woo, Sunday. That's right. We're not going to stream it live. I'm just going to his house and trying it out. Everyone, 4:30 a.m. comes early. I'm out. Oh, Bierman! It's awesome to see you. Take care. Have a good night. Good night. YouTube? Yeah, it's going to be on YouTube. You might find a D&D on YouTube. That's true. Looks good, buddy. Look forward to seeing you crush monsters. That's my plan, Dan. Dan, thanks for joining. Sadly, I've got to steal it from Colin first. He's got it right now, and he's going to be doing a playthrough first, so I have to steal it from him afterwards, though. That's the deal. I like Record of the Lotus Wars. Yes, that was a fantastic one for fantasy anime. Agreed. One of my favorites. Like I said before, Slayers is also another one of my favorite ones with Lena Inverse. That type of one. All right, well, we got to get a little bit more green. Let's see if there's still some green left in here. Because we're going to paint underneath here. You can kind of see it. See that white under there? We're going to try to get to it and get a green. Nope, not enough green. I got to get more green. And we've been painting camel green on that. It really kind of sad. I've really, like, all the stuff I used to watch from a long time ago, I can't find anymore on any type of streaming service. It almost seems like I need that, was that Crunchyroll or something, in order to watch any animes that I used to watch when I was young, it seems like. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that or if I'm just crazy. I think... Oh, we'll go a little bit over here. But I don't have Crunchyroll, and I don't plan on getting Crunchyroll. I got enough streaming services right now. I'm like a member... Barry's member... Duckman. I feel like you're going to need to speed up to get those other two painted. Yeah, we're going to do that another time. But we finished this. And I got to base him too. We got to base this guy. That's the deal. There you go. Those guys are done. Boom! We've painted this giant lizard. He's good to go. I'll show him up. Maybe it's probably better over here. Probably a better picture because I have light. This other camera is really good camera, but it doesn't get, it kind of darkens a little bit. Got to work on the contrast on that. So here's our lizard. I think we did pretty good on that. And then here's our little guy we're gonna have to fight. That's gonna fight the guy. I think he's okay. We got those two done. Robotech was my main childhood anime. A lot of people did do Robotech. I didn't do Robotech. Never did that one. Duckman, what, a movie? I'm not sure what Duckman is. Mine too, Matthew. Macross Saga was the best. Thank you. Looks great, he says. It does. I'm excited. These look good. I'm excited to play this game. Colin has tried it once. He said he did enjoy it. We have those lizards down here in Florida. They are just a little smaller. I bet you do. That's one of the things I loved about Florida and some of those places down there. They had these cool lizards. I love lizards. I think they're really cool. But sadly, they also had really big bugs, and I don't like bugs at all, so I stayed away. But so yuck on bugs. I think we're going to be wrapping it up here, and that's going to be the stream for tonight. We got a couple guys painted, and I think they look awesome. I appreciate everybody in the chat. This has been a fantastic chat. Love having everybody here. It's so much fun to chit-chat while we paint. and get these miniatures ready to go for our new games coming to the table. Like I said, Monster Hunter is a game that'll probably hit my channel at some point. That's the deal. Don't confuse with Howard the Duck. Duckman was a series imagined Bill Burr as a lazy private eye. Well, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, Macros and New Gen were great. I was less fond of Masters. What, Master of the Universe? I have the power! I should probably get a He-Man costume someday and wear it. That is it. I appreciate everybody being here. We're going to be, coming up, we're going to be doing, of course, actually, I'll be doing more League of Dungeoneers. I've got a new game coming to Kickstarter pretty soon. I'm not sure if I'm dropping it now or when it comes out on Kickstarter. It's called Conquest Princess. Super cool. I really enjoyed that game. I was pleasantly surprised at how great that game was. Then, in theory, my ISO Fairing Guard will be played very soon, and that's going to be awesome. And I'll probably be using the Foreteller app for that, which will be really sweet. So anyway, that's it. I appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys make this so much fun. I appreciate all the fun we've had. That is the deal. So thank you all so much for coming. And if you're excited to see some more painting, yes, it's always in theory, Dan, or some more games, then of course I need you to meet me at the table. I guess you could say it's the painting table more than anything else. But I appreciate everybody here. Thank you all so much for coming, and I will see you next week.